Hi, English 12. I hope you guys had a great weekend and I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. I caught bits and pieces of it here and there, and it was a good game. Although I don't watch football typically and I wasn't necessarily rooting for anyone, I just always hope to um, see an enjoyable game. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about what's coming up for this week and um, wish you luck on all the assignments. This week, it's kind of light in some aspects. You're just reading the one story, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. It's another poem in the same vein as Beowulf, but written in a much later time, kind of in the medieval times. So, following Margery Kemp, which was also written during the medieval times. So this week you have an introduction, you have the close read, which is broken up over a few days. So you're supposed to read some lines on the first day and answer any questions that go with it, some lines on the second day and answer any questions that go with it, and then finally finish it up and do the after read questions. And you're submitting the assignment all in one. So just kind of try to do that, try to break it up so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming. You leave it all for the last day when it's finally due. And it is kind of a task to complete it all. Then you have a discussion about chivalry, kind of a medieval ideal, and everyone says chivalry is dead. So I want you guys to come up with your own definition of chivalry and what code of conduct you think we should follow to make this world a good place to be. And then finally, Friday, you guys are getting ready for your personal statement next week. And so I'm having you brainstorm ideas about just you in general in your life and what you remember about it and what stands out to you as important, what has made you who you are. I know obviously, we all write personal statements to get into college, sometimes to get a job. And the personal statement I wrote as an 18-year-old trying to get into college might be very different from the personal statement I write today. But the events that I wrote about in my personal statement still made me who I am and are still a part of me, even though I've evolved since then as well. And we're constantly evolving, we're constantly changing. But that's the great thing about human nature is we are not stagnant, we are not stuck. We do not have to define ourselves as one thing, and every event helps to shape us, and that happens throughout our lives. So who I was at 18 is not who I am now, but all those events leading up to me being a young adult um, are still a part of me, are still within me, are still part of what make me me, but I've since changed as well and grown beyond that. So that's just important to keep in mind when you're writing your personal statement, that the events that have shaped you will help you tackle this world, will help you take on new challenges, but this is not the end for you. You've still got more growing to do and more learning to do and more events to experience that will make you even better. So, for this week, my quote that I'd like you to respond to is about kindness. And I think that's a character trait that is lacking in some people. And I think it's one of the most important character traits that we can possess. So the quote for this week is that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And I guess my example of this is that a couple weeks ago I was getting gas at Costco, and the lady, I was waiting in line, and there were the two cars in front of me. You know how two cars can go into the terminal because there's two pumps. The lady at the back pump was not able to pump her gas. She said it was broken. She kind of indicated to me with her hand that it wasn't working. And so I waited like a minute, and I finally got out of my car and I went up and she said, it's not working and I can't find an attendant. And I said, okay, well, I said, let me try to help you. And so I kind of readjusted the pump and it started working. And I had noticed this at Costco a few times recently, that if it's kind of positioned weird and um, crooked or whatever, it doesn't really work. So I said, you just need to make sure it's straight in there, and it worked. And I got back in my car, and she said, thank you. But it was just it was a small thing, but I didn't have to get out of my car. I didn't have to help a stranger. It doesn't, um, we need to keep in mind that these are the little things that help someone else out. I didn't benefit from it other than the fact that maybe I got to go get my gas a little faster or whatever when she finally got out of line. But she was able to move on with her day. And I think that it's just important to keep in mind that it's these little things that don't inconvenience us at all, that just help us make that help others realize that the world is a good place, that the people are good, that we all have something to give, we all have something to offer, we can all do these small things to help others out. And so for your prompt this week, if you want the 10 points extra credit for watching the video, you can respond um, regarding acts of kindness. So if you want to tell me something that you've done that's a small act of kindness for someone else, or you can tell me about someone who's done a small act of kindness towards you. I think these are really important things to keep in mind, that we can do these little things daily and help make this world a better place to be. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys come and see me. And just a reminder, it is week 4. Weeks 1 through 3 are going to be locking. So you need to make sure that everything for Beowulf is done, and that Marjorie Kemp and your discussions from week 3 are also done by the time they lock this coming Friday, February 9th. So everything from the beginning through February 2nd will be locking this coming Friday, February 9th. So if you have any questions on anything or you need any help, please come and see me. Thanks so much. Have a great week, guys. Hope to see you. Bye.